Good morning. Welcome to Unity Center for Spiritual Growth's Morning Faith Lift. I'm Barbara Kowalska, and it is my joy to be here with you. As each one of us chooses to shift our focus from everything that's going on out there to just being aware of and experiencing our eternal presence, that which began long before we took on these bodies and exists well beyond letting them go. There's some irony in the fact that this really true part of ourselves is the part during the course of our day. If you measure our attention in time, during the course of our day, we give less time to this part of ourselves than to others. We can get so engaged in the busyness, the joys, the challenges, the pleasures of being in body that we forget who is in body, what is in body. That is the real me, that is the real you. And so we take this time to just be for a while, to let ourselves let go of everything so that we can feel into our own beingness, our own truth, so that we can experience what is always here. Begin to truly accept it, believe in it, live from it. For each of us, this is a process. And for each one of us, we are engaged. We are following our heart's prompting to know more about ourselves, to bring more of ourselves, whether consciously or unconsciously, to bring more of ourselves to the rest of our lives. So, let us practice. Let us do our practice. Let us take a nice deep breath and let our eyes close. And if you are a meditator, no matter what your practice has been, just this simple breathing, just taking a breath and focusing on the breath, triggers all these responses in our neural pathways. Taking that breath is the cue to our body to begin to relax. Soften. It's the cue to our mind to keep its focus on here and now. To make it easier to come back to here and now. If we get distracted and walk down a thought pathway. And yet, even in that thought pathway is the presence. And just recognizing that can bring us back to our focus on our own presence, our own beingness. So breathe, breathe. Follow the breath as it fills the lungs. Feel that spaciousness. Imagine you can feel that spaciousness right in the base of your spine. Feel how open and let that feeling of spaciousness move up the spinal column and expand outward so that we can feel that spaciousness. Down our legs to our toes, down our arms to our fingertips, to the top of our head, to the tips of each hair. Spaciousness, openness. So we keep our focus on this openness, this spaciousness. We feel into it. And as we maintain our focus, we move into the silence, gently and softly into the depth, the warmth, the warmth of our own silence, the freedom, the openness, the softness, the fullness. So alone and together, we sit, each in our own silence, letting it teach our consciousness, our human consciousness, about itself. In the silence, The veil of separation falls away. In the silence, we are whole. In the silence, we are one. In the silence, I am. I am. I am. And gently now, let us stay in this place of self-awareness as we expand our focus so that we can take in the awareness of the chair we sit in, the air we breathe, brushes our skin, the light that fills the room as we open our eyes. We truly have paused and refreshed our awareness. And for each of us, that has a different experience. So I trust that whatever your experience has been, that you let it integrate, that you let it nourish and inform, so that you can let your day be inspired by this presence, this one. And whether we do that consciously or unconsciously, remember that each act of love, each breath we take to pause before we respond, is our own presence expressing. And it's time for us to claim it, to realize how much we are expressing. And open to letting that stream of conscious presence be more present up here, so we can live the fullness of who we are. So go out into your day. Have fun with your true self. Take joy. Be well. Namaste.